And now, what has to be one of the most extraordinary moments in movie history, the beginning of the Star Wars saga.
Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junk Man, here to talk Star Wars with you. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, before we get into that, as always, if you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com, where you'll get exclusive content, bloopers, get to hang out with other fans of this channel, and lots more. In fact, we got a lot more coming up for 2019 that I'm excited about. If you don't want to support the channel that way, but do want to support this channel, head over to StarWarsJunk.net and buy some cool t-shirts. Boom, boom, look at those. Those are cool, right? So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I always act like you don't know, but you click the thumbnail, so you probably already know. We're going to talk about Star Wars on network TV. And not only are we going to talk about that, we're going to find out Star Wars might not have done that well on TV as we would have thought. Now, before I get started, let me say I'm going to focus on the original trilogy era. I'm not going to get into the prequel era or the newer films and the new TV stuff. We're just going to talk the original era of Star Wars, mostly between 1977 and 1990. And this is Star Wars on network TV, not basic cable and not paid subscriptions like HBO. Might do another video on that, because it was very exciting for me and my family when Star Wars came to HBO. Well, not my family, for me. I lost my mind when I found out it was coming to HBO. But anyway, let's talk Star Wars on network TV. During the height of Star Wars fever, ABC aired The Making of Star Wars on September 16th, 1977. Like I said, this was the height of Star Wars fever, being that ABC was able to ask for $175,000 a minute to air commercials during the making of Star Wars. In today's dollars, that would be about $700,000 a minute. The hour special aired at 8 o'clock Friday night, going up against NBC's Sanford & Son spinoff, Sanford Arms and Chico and the Man, and CBS had the season premiere of the new Adventures of Wonder Woman. Even if Star Wars was the hottest thing at the movie theater, it wasn't the hottest thing on TV, as the TV spinoff Sanford Arms and Chico and the Man won that Friday night time slot. This was an era when most people only had one, maybe at most two TVs, and only 3 channels. And most people didn't have a way to record TV shows back then, so even if you bugged your parents to miss one episode of Chico and the Man, they weren't going to do it. They weren't going to let you watch the making of Star Wars just so you could miss Chico. So now we jump to 1978, and CBS takes their hand of bringing Star Wars to the small screen with the first kinda Star Wars spinoff.
Hey CBS, what's coming on?
Friday, blast off to a galaxy far, far away. It's the Star Wars Holiday Special, starring all your Star Wars favorites. Will Chewbacca get home to his planet in time for the big Wookiee holiday celebration? Watch and find out. Join us for a Far Out Friday, beginning at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
You're on.
TV shows of this era was all about variety shows. Almost everyone had one. Even the Brady Bunch kids had a variety show. So it seemed fitting for this era that Star Wars would try their hand at a variety show. Looking at this show in today's eyes, I mean, it's bad even for back then. But you have to understand the culture at that time when it came to variety shows. I'm just stressing how variety shows were the thing at the time. This kind of puts you in the mind frame of why they decided to do it. The 2-hour special did include the original Star Wars heroes, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, and yes, even Darth Vader returned. But they just used scenes that were cut out from Star Wars. Along for the ride was some of the hottest celebrity of the day, including Art Carney, B. Arthur, and Jefferson Starship. The special aired on Friday, November 17th at 8 p.m. Its competition during the first hour was NBC's Different Strokes and The Rockford Files, followed by an hour of Hallmark Hall of Fame. ABC was airing The Love Boat and part 2 of their miniseries Pearl. The first 10 minutes of the holiday special was almost unwatchable as the Wookiees communicated with each other in their Wookiee language, using no subtitles at all. The special failed to make it into the top 10 of that week's programming. Quickly, the special became an embarrassment for Star Wars creator George Lucas, and the special was never aired again, and never even released a home video. George Lucas even said if he could, he would get a hammer and destroy every bootleg copy there was of the film. So Star Wars took about a year off, but it returned to the small screen in 1980 with the making of Empire Strikes Back, called SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back. Airing Monday, September 22nd, 1980. This was behind-the-scenes look at the making of Empire Strikes Back, hosted by Mark Hamill. The special also looked back at special effects of classic movies, such as Lost World, Flash Gordon, and the original King Kong. Like the other Star Wars special, this one would not break into the top 10 for the week. Star Wars would not be seen on network TV again until 1983, when CBS aired the one-hour special, Classic Critters, Return of the Jedi, on Monday, November 21st.
Monday, it's a special behind-the-scenes event. Meet the bad, the ugly, the cute, the cuddly, the classic creatures. Return of the Jedi. Hosts Carrie Fisher and Billy D. Williams reveal the secrets behind legendary characters from King Kong to Jabba the Hutt. Classic creatures. Return of the Jedi, Monday.
This was yet another behind-the-scenes making of the latest Star Wars film. The show this time was hosted by Carrie Fisher and Billy D. Williams. Most of the behind-the-scenes footage focused on the Jabba Palace scene. However, they did include some of the making from the indoor scenes. Like the previous Star Wars specials, this failed to make it into the top 10 for the week. Also released in 1983, but not on network television, was another making of Star Wars special on PBS called From Star Wars to Jedi, The Making of a Saga. It premiered the first week of December. Being that this was on PBS, time and dates was subject to the market. The title makes it seem like it's a making of all three films. And yes, it does look at the making of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, but it mostly looks at the making of Return of the Jedi, and they take a lot of the same clips that we already saw in the last special, Classic Creatures, and reuse it for this special. But what about the movie itself? Finally, Star Wars, the movie, premiered on CBS. By this time, the movie was subtitled Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and it premiered on February 26 at 8 p.m.
About a dozen times.
I've visto Star Wars 16 volte.
17 times.
Star Wars, 22回見ました。
34.
40 times, and it was great each time.
41 Mal.
About 57 times.
69 fois.
You can never get too much of Star Wars. I've seen the first Star Wars 153 times.
Altogether, we have seen Star Wars 324 times.
The film was already on pay services such as HBO and the Movie Channel, and it had already been released for video rental. Due to this, and the fact that ABC was airing part 1 of its miniseries Lace, CBS didn't expect huge ratings. However, it did come in 4th place for the week. But due to its low rating, CBS had to refund some of the advertisers. This doesn't seem to be a problem just for Star Wars. At this time, blockbuster movies on network television was being outshined by TV movies and miniseries. The special was hosted by Mark Hamill, who let fans know about the cultural impact Star Wars had had. On Sunday, November 25th, 1984, network television gave Star Wars its first official spin-off movie.
Tonight, from the creators of the Star Wars saga, a bold adventure of courage and daring.
Mace, we're lost!
Where heroes become legends. And the only thing you can be sure of is magic. Lucasfilm presents The Ewok Adventure next.
The Ewok Adventure, but was later renamed Caravan Courage and Ewok Adventure. This made-for-TV movie had Jedi favorite Wicket the Ewok helping 2 lost kids reunite with their parents. Finally, Star Wars was about to find its TV audience. Not only would the TV movie win Sunday night's ratings, it also was the second most watched TV program for the week. The following year, in 1985, ABC would try again with a second Ewok movie.
From the creator of Star Wars comes a dazzling adventure, a timeless fable of courage and conflict, of bravery, innocence, and unspeakable evil, featuring Wilford Brimley and the visual mastery of George Lucas. Take a journey to the far reaches of your imagination Ewoks, The Battle for Endor.
Ewoks, The Battle for Endor aired on November 24th at 8 p.m. 1985. Wicket would return to help battle the evil forces of a king and a witch. However, Wicket was no match for the TV ratings battle, as the return of Perry Mason would win that week's programming. The Ewok movie would come in at number 25 for the week. Also in 1985, ABC would premiere 2 Star Wars cartoons back-to-back. One about the adventures of Ewoks, called Ewoks. The other is about the adventures of C-3PO and R2-D2, called Droids.
Next Saturday morning.
Did you hear?
The Ewoks are coming.
Oh, I knew that.
And they're falling out for great fun.
Hey, you guys, wait for me.
Catch them at their best in a playground full of surprises. Then it's back to the future with droids.
I'm most grateful.
There, the incredible adventure continues with C-3PO.
Just as I suspected, R2.
And R2-D2.
Oh, my goodness.
Each show would air back-to-back Saturday at 8 a.m. The show was billed as the Ewok Droid Adventure Hour. After 13 episodes of the first season, Droids was not renewed for a second season, and aired its final episode on September the 16th, 1986. The Ewoks, however, was renewed and got 22 new episodes. However, after these 22 episodes, it seems Ewok fever was dying out as the show was canceled, and its final episode aired on September the 5th, 1987. In 1986, the Droids would return to network television in prime time. On July 7th, 1986, ABC aired the Droids cartoon movie, The Great Heap. How did this one do in the ratings? Dead last, number 66 for the week.
Tonight, a network television premiere on NBC.
We intercept your Earth broadcast in the name of the Galactic Empire.
Welcome. Through this intergalactic broadcast, your planet and thousands like it are witnessing the glorious victory of the Galactic Empire. Tonight, we will finally crush Luke Skywalker and his Rebel Alliance. This time, there will be no escape from the dark side of the Force when the Empire strikes back.
The network premiere of The Empire Strikes Back came on November 22nd, 1987. Like Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back had already been released on home video and paid subscribing services. Empire would receive a 14.5 ratings for the week, making it the 32nd most watched show of the week.
For the first time on network television, the greatest Star Wars of them all, Return of the Jedi, Sunday.
2 years later, NBC would give Return of the Jedi its network premiere on Sunday, March 19th. The movie barely did better than The Return of the Jedi, getting a 15.1 rating and coming in at number 31 for the week. Now, I said I wasn't going to get into the prequel era stuff, but I thought I'd at least tell you when the network premiere of the prequels hit television. On November 25th, 2001, The Phantom Menace got its network premiere on Fox. And shocking, this was the best premiere Star Wars had had, with over 18 million viewers and ranked number 17 for the week. On May 22nd, 2005, Attack of the Clones had its TV premiere also on Fox. It drew in 8.5 million. Revenge of the Sith and any other Star Wars movie after that has not had a TV premiere and most likely will never be seen on network television. Revenge of the Sith did premiere on the basic cable channel Spike TV on Sunday, April 6, 2008. Well, that's a look at Star Wars on network television. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned a little bit. If you did, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. And again, as always, support this channel over at patreon.com, links in the description below, or head over to starwarsjunk.net and buy some cool t-shirts. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll be back very soon with another video.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.